Have you ever felt your mood suddenly drop for no clear reason? You're surrounded by people, lights, laughter, and yet something heavy stirs inside you. Other times, just walking into a place feels like stepping into a cloud of heaviness that seems to drain your energy. It's not your imagination, and it's not just coincidence. What you're feeling is negative energy, the invisible weight of dense vibrations we've all encountered. The world is made of energy. What you see, bodies, objects, the walls around you, is only the surface of an unseen ocean where everything vibrates, interacts, and shifts. Just like the air carries scents and sounds, it also carries emotions and thoughts. Every strong emotion, every intense idea leaves an imprint in the shared field around us. That's why when you walk into a space filled with fear, sadness, or anger, your body feels it before your mind can explain it. Here's the part most people forget. Negative energy doesn't have to stick to you. You can notice it, acknowledge it, and let it go with something as simple as a minute of mindful breathing and visualization. You don't need complicated rituals or hours of meditation. Inside you, there's a light stronger than any shadow. This video is your guide. First, we'll uncover what negative energy really is and how different cultures through history have understood it. Then we'll dive into simple techniques that can clear your energy in just 60 seconds. Finally, we'll share practical tips to make this a daily habit. Not just a quick fix, but a steady practice of protection and renewal. Think about it this way. Every day you gather invisible dust you can't see. What happens if you never clean it off? That's exactly what happens with your energy field. If you don't clear it, heavy energy builds up until it blocks your vitality. Releasing it isn't a luxury. It's as essential as breathing, drinking water, or nourishing your body. That's why this practice is more than just a wellness exercise. It's a spiritual act of taking back your space, your energy, your right to live with peace and clarity. And the most powerful part? The control is in your hands right now. You don't need to wait for a teacher, a ritual, or a special place. You are the temple, and your breath is the key. Get ready. Because what you'll learn isn't just how to relax in a minute. It's how to activate your energetic shield, light your inner fire, and turn moments of darkness into sparks of awakening. The idea of negative energy isn't new, and it's not superstition. Throughout history, cultures and spiritual traditions described it with symbols, stories, and practices meant to neutralize it. Even though their words were different, they all agreed on one truth. Humans don't live only in a physical world, but in a vast ocean of unseen forces that shape our health, our emotions, and even our destiny. In ancient India, Vedic texts spoke of prana, the life force flowing through all beings. When prana was blocked or polluted, it caused discomfort, sadness, or illness. The sages believed negative energy came from dark thoughts, unhealed emotions, or outside influences, and it needed to be released through mantras, breathwork, and meditation. Chinese Taoists explained it through balance. For them, life was harmony between yin and yang, the complementary forces. When the balance broke, disorder arose and was felt as heavy, harmful energy. Their qigong and acupuncture practices were designed to restore the flow of qi and remove what disrupted the natural order. In Egyptian mysticism, they spoke of dark influences that clung to a person like sticky shadows around the aura. Temple priests performed purification with water, fire, and incense, believing negative energy fed on spiritual weakness. In Judeo-Christian tradition, the idea appeared as the evil spirit, temptation, or a curse. Sometimes the source wasn't external, but thoughts and emotions clouding the mind. That's why prayer, confession, and blessing became ways of cleansing the soul. Indigenous peoples of the Americas described it as bad wind or bad air. When someone carried heavy energy, shamans said a dark wind had entered their body. To release it, they used songs, dances, and sacred plants like tobacco or sage. These rituals weren't mere superstition. They reminded people that energy responds to intention, and that healing can happen instantly when community and spirit unite. All these traditions share one deep truth. Negative energy is not an unbeatable enemy. It's not permanent. It's like a shadow. It looks strong, but it disappears the moment light shines on it. The lesson history gives us is this: the answer isn't to run from negative energy, but to remember our own inner power to transform it. And that's the real message. What drags you down can become fuel. What feels heavy can be released. What looks like darkness can become growth and awakening. Negative energy is like invisible smoke. Even if you can't see it, it clings to everything it touches. It has no physical form, but it shows up in your body as fatigue, in your mind as racing thoughts, and in your heart as a weight that's hard to name. And here's the surprising part: it doesn't always come from outside. Many times, we create it ourselves by holding on to fear, anger, or sadness instead of letting them move through us. Picture your mind as a river. When it flows freely, the water is clear and refreshing. But throw in garbage, grudges, dark thoughts, endless worries, and it clogs, stagnates, and when turns murky. That's negative energy, an inner river that's blocked, unable to flow and refresh you. And just like stagnant water starts to smell, stagnant emotions begin to poison your energy field. The key is to realize this heaviness isn't permanent. It's not some curse stuck to you forever. It's more like a layer of dust on a mirror. One simple wipe is enough for the light to shine clearly again. Negative energy only holds power if you ignore it or confuse yourself with it. If you believe you are that shadow, the moment you recognize it as nothing more than a passing cloud, you've already started dissolving it. This is where the 1-minute release technique comes in. Most spiritual traditions agree that the way to cleanse energy is through conscious breathing and clear intention. Breathing isn't just a biological function. It's the bridge between the physical and the spiritual. Every inhale is like sipping light. Every exhale is like letting go of built-up smoke. The first exercise is simple but powerful. Close your eyes. Focus on the center of your chest and breathe deeply. As you inhale, imagine golden light entering you, spreading like a cleansing fire. As you exhale, picture all the heaviness leaving your body, fading into the air like ash carried by the wind. Do this for just 1 minute and you'll feel the shift. Your shoulders drop, your mind clears, your heartbeat softens. It works so quickly because negative energy can't stand up to conscious awareness. It's like walking into a dark room with a candle. The darkness looks thick, but it disappears the moment you strike the flame. Conscious breathing and visualization are that candle you always carry. Another key part is using the body as an anchor. Sometimes the mind gets stuck in loops of negative thoughts, and the fastest way out is to come back to the body. Rub your palms together until you feel warmth, then place them over your face or your heart. That warmth isn't just physical. It's life energy reawakening, reminding you that you're here, alive, right now. In that moment, the cycle of negativity breaks because awareness has returned to the present, where nothing negative can trap you. What's powerful about these practices is that they don't require temples, talismans, or complicated rituals. The temple is inside you. You unlock it with every breath, every intention to release. 1 minute of attention is enough to break the spiral of heaviness and remind you that you're bigger than any shadow. Here's the essential truth. Negative energy exists, yes, but it's only a visitor, and you always hold the key to show it the door. That key is awareness, and your breath is the doorway. Now, while we've seen that negative energy can be released in a minute of breath and focus, the picture is more complex, and it's in those subtleties that the real art of spiritual transformation lives. One subtlety is this: negative energy isn't always the enemy. We often see it as something to avoid, but it can also act as a hidden teacher. Discomfort, unease, or tension in the body are signals that something's off balance. If we ignore them, we're trapped by their weight. But if we listen, they become compasses pointing toward what needs to be healed. Negativity isn't punishment. It's a message. Another subtlety is that we often carry what isn't ours. When we're around angry people or heavy environments, we absorb those vibes as if they belong to us. The paradox is that we end up trying to fix a weight we never created. That's why when you release negative energy, you're not just cleansing your own field. You're returning what was never yours. And that return isn't aggression, it's simply restoring balance. Everyone is responsible for the energy they put out. We should also talk about self-deception. Some people think being free of negativity means wiping it out forever and living in endless peace. But that's impossible. Life moves, and in that movement there will always be dense moments. Real strength isn't pretending negativity will never come back. It's recognizing it quickly and knowing how to dissolve it. Think of it like physical hygiene. You don't stop getting dirty. You just learn to clean yourself every day. Another subtle layer is imagination. Many dismiss visualization as daydreaming, but in the energetic world, it's a real language. When you picture light filling your body, when you see shadows dissolving as you exhale, you're not fantasizing. You're speaking directly to your energy field in the language it understands, and your body responds. What the mind imagines with clarity, the soul translates into reality. And then there's the collective level of negative energy. It doesn't just live in individuals. It builds up in groups, cities, even nations. We're all immersed in shared fields of fear, anger, or sadness. Learning to free ourselves individually doesn't just heal us. It helps cleanse the collective field too. Every conscious breath is an act of service. By releasing your own shadow, you help the world breathe a little easier. In the end, negative energy isn't something to destroy. It's a current to understand and transform. The secret isn't to run from it, but to remember that at any moment you can light your own inner flame. And even the smallest spark of light will always dissolve darkness. Knowing you can free yourself in just 1 minute is powerful. But the deeper art lies not only in clearing the shadow when it appears, but in building a way of life that prevents it from piling up in the first place. Just like you don't wait until you're dehydrated to drink water, you shouldn't wait until you feel drained to take care of your energy. Here are some simple practices you can weave into your day to stay light, centered, and radiant. First, the power of conscious breath. Each morning, Before your day begins, spend 1 minute breathing with intention. Imagine inhaling golden light that expands in your chest and exhaling heaviness that fades like smoke. This small ritual resets your energy field for the day ahead. Let breath be your first spiritual nourishment. Second, daily energetic hygiene. Just like you shower to clean your body, create a ritual to cleanse your energy. It can be as simple as shaking out your arms and legs when you get home, or imagining water rinsing away everything that doesn't belong to you. Lighting a white candle or some incense can serve as a reminder that you're purifying both your inner and outer space. Third, the importance of invisible boundaries. Not all negative energy is yours. Learn to notice when you're picking up on other people's emotions. Before you leave home, visualize a glowing sphere around you, like a translucent shield that lets love in but keeps heavy energy out. This practice strengthens your energetic field and keeps you from carrying what isn't yours. Fourth, use the body as a tool. Movement helps release stuck energy. If you feel weighed down, walk barefoot on the earth for a few minutes. Shake your body like animals do after tension, or dance freely to a favorite song. Remember, your body is the temple where energy flows. When you move it, the shadows clear. Fifth, words as medicine. Words carry vibration. If you repeat phrases like, "I'm exhausted," "nothing works out," or "I can't handle this," you feed the heaviness. Switch them with affirmations. "I'm learning. Energy flows through me. Today I feel light." The universe responds to the energy of your words, and each affirmation sends instructions to your field. Sixth, reconnect with nature. Earth, water, fire, and air are powerful purifiers. A walk in the trees, soaking up the sun, or simply holding a stone in your hand can help restore balance. Nature doesn't stay contaminated. It regenerates. And when you connect with it, you remember your own power to renew yourself. We've walked a path from recognizing negative energy to discovering the simplest, most powerful ways to dissolve it in just 1 minute. What once felt like a mystery reserved for ancient sages is now an everyday practice available to anyone willing to turn inward and spark their own light. Here's the truth: darkness never had power of its own. It was only the absence of light. And that light was always inside you. Negative energy, with all its weight, vanishes the moment you remember your ability to breathe consciously, visualize clearly, move your body, and speak uplifting words. It's not an unbeatable enemy. It's an illusion that falls apart under the strength of your presence. Think about how often you've let a repetitive thought, someone else's emotion, or a painful memory take over your whole day. Now you know, you don't need hours to break free. 1 minute of awareness is enough. Just 1 minute can shift your energy, reset your day, and remind you that you own your vibration. This isn't just a technique. It's a call to spiritual freedom. You're not a victim of your environment, other people, or circumstances. You're a lighthouse, capable of radiating light even in the middle of a storm. And when you choose to light your inner flame, you not only heal yourself, you also shine on those around you. Your breath becomes medicine, your calm a refuge, your vibration a quiet contribution to the balance of the world. Life will always bring challenges, heavy spaces, and burdened people. We can't control the external, but we can always choose our response. That choice is real freedom, deciding whether to hand your energy over to shadows or claim it back for yourself. Every minute you take back is an act of resistance. Proof you weren't born to drag chains, but to unfold your wings. So next time you feel the weight of negative energy, don't fear it. Breathe. Visualize. Move your body. Speak words of power. Remember, 1 minute is all it takes to open the door to a lighter day, a calmer heart, and a freer spirit. And if this message resonates with you, I invite you to subscribe, hit like, and share this video with anyone who needs to remember that negative energy doesn't define them. Together, we can spread this wisdom and light more candles in a world that too often forgets its own brightness. Because in the end, the real question isn't whether there's darkness outside. It's whether you're willing to shine your inner light every time the world asks you to.